Are we there?
Hi. Yeah, we're there. We're
Are we
live.
here?
Hello.
We're here. Hello, everyone. How is it going today? We are so excited to be here. We've spent all day in anticipation,
Yep.
and we're just finally together, but not together, just
Well, you
like
and
the
me, we're
last
together,
year.
with just separate
That's true.
rooms.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Dylan and me are together. I mean, I don't know if you saw this lovely thing that I have.
Oh my
Ooh,
God.
he's
Yeah,
pretty
I
cute.
see
yeah,
Whitney says
it's
hi in the chat. Hi, Whitney. I'm so sorry that your
Hi,
fiance
Whitney.
is such a dork. I'm so sorry.
I,
I
I
hope
don't
I hope that picture of me stares at you two sleeping at night.
Okay.
it will now.
I hope so.
Like
It's
just
the
like
first thing I want to see when I get untucked in the morning.
If it's above my bed also, but Dylan, you share that bed as well. So like you're gonna also wake up and lock eyes with yourself. I don't know how you feel about that.
maybe I can like give myself a little pep talk every morning, you
Yep.
know?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like one of those pep talks.
Oh my God, what are we even doing? But welcome to our live stream. This
Yes.
is the stuff that
This
you
is what.
miss when we're like not editing.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
and
know if
more
that's
parents' lies, which they're not really even,
I
there's a reason they get
well,
edited out.
you're just compensating for the fact that you have not read books. So it,
Books.
books
Yeah, plural.
plural.
But the
Got
one
him.
book I have read, I bet is the one today. So, Dylan, why don't you talk about that?
Hilarious.
yes.
Wait, also,
Well,
Dylan, how are you? No one asked Dylan how he is.
thank you. I've been waiting actually. Um, and I'm gonna give a point to you for that, Perrin. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. I should have a point count in future streams. Parent one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I am good. I am great. I don't really have any like major life news or any updates,
Okay.
so yeah, I have nothing to complain about, so that's good.
That was my fault. I just looked at you, Dylan, and could tell that you were doing well, and it it just passed my mind to actually ask you. I'm sorry. That was
It's
Lies.
bad etiquette.
Lies.
yeah.
I think that's just a really lame excuse.
Okay. What book are we doing
Point.
today that Perrin did not read?
Uh, or you did not read. I think like whenever Samson gets like extra accusatory is the time when he hasn't read the book. So for
Hmm.
anyone who hasn't been watching, Dylan, do you want to tell them how we go about the process of selecting these books?
Yeah. So this is what, episode
I
4
know.
that we're doing?
Hundreds of years
So
later.
every week or 3, Perrin and Samson submit a list of books to me. And on this list includes book titles that Perrin has read and book titles only Samson has read. There are never titles on there that both of them have read. And I don't read books ever, so it became my job to determine if the books in question are real, and if they're actually real, who has read them and who has not, and who's just lying straight to my face.
He's lying. He always lies. This guy. This guy right there. No.
So usually I'm pretty good at figuring this out, but last time was tricky for me, so we'll see how this time goes.
Um, let's see.
You got it right though. You're undefeated.
I f-
You
I am
you are three
undefeated.
for
You are
three.
undefeated in the episodes that we have aired. Unbeknownst to the viewers, we actually have like 6 episodes that we never aired because we just felt that they needed more energy as you're seeing now. They missed this and
They needed more jazz hands,
they
apparently,
did.
is
We
what they
needed more
missed
jazz
out.
hands. And so in those episodes, I think 2 of them Dylan got right. Right, Samson? Is that what am I getting it
Yeah,
right?
we stumped him quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's had a little bit warm up to get used to us, and now he's kind of on
Yeah.
fire. So,
And it's kind
but
of
Yeah.
we're learning too. So let's
yeah.
see if we can take some of those skills we've learned and
You mean
beat
you
him
want to
today.
lie better?
That's a good goal.
To lie better?
Yeah.
Lie better 2021. Okay. Okay, so
Okay.
Dylan, Samson and I
Yeah.
gave you a list of randomly selected topics of some of the
Mhm.
books. What are the
Yes.
three options that you have?
So the three options I have is If Tomorrow Came Today, Beautiful You, and Lord Loss.
All right.
And which one are you choosing?
The one I am choosing today is If Tomorrow Came Today.
Mm,
Sweet.
Hmm.
Oh,
good,
why are you
good stuff.
smiling, Samson? You haven't read this book because I have read this book. And if I have read this book, that means that you haven't read this book. Logic.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll all see. The
Um,
four viewers that we have here
we
will see
will.
too.
Hey, four is better than zero.
Or maybe, I don't know.
Whitney's gonna sleuth this out before Dylan. That's what I'm wondering.
But yeah, if you have
Yeah,
any
yeah.
recommendations or if you have any thoughts, comment below or comment above wherever the comment section is. I'm the only. So if you don't know, I'm. Oh, yep. Samson lies. He does. Thank you, Whitney. I am sitting in front of a TV, so I can see everybody and the chat section. These two cannot. So so you'll have to uh, bear with us as we like just splouch through this. I don't know what is it. Army
Let's
through
splouch
it.
along.
Splouch,
Let's splouch
Yeah.
along.
splouching along.
Oh,
Okay.
also, I'm notorious for not keeping track of points in the correct way. So if I lose track, you guys should help me out in the comments.
I feel like they will. I feel like Whitney could do a one-man show of this and like it would be far
Yeah,
more
for sure.
entertaining. Okay.
Okay.
Whew.
Are you guys
I'm
ready?
so ready.
Born ready.
Okay. This first section is the short answer section. I'm going to ask you about 5 questions, and these answers need to be short. Okay, Samson?
Also, Whitney says I don't count past four. Two. Two. I can read.
Oh, between Whitney's counting ability and Perrin's reading ability, we're off to a
We're gonna
great
be
start.
great. Okay.
Okay. Everyone gather your thoughts.
Ready. Who's going first?
The first question is for Perrin.
Yes.
The question is, if there was a headline for this book, what would it say to get people to read it?
Ooh, okay. It would say charming, romantic, hopeful. I'm gonna go with
Mm,
that. I don't know
hopeful.
how to write headlines. Like it's not like I was a marketing person. But yeah, I would use three words just to like punch home, short, simple, to the point.
I like
Vague.
it.
Thank you.
Yep, I get it.
Do you? Have you read this book?
No, I said vague. That's what I
Oh,
got.
okay.
Was yeah, that could be described like I don't know. I feel like any movie released between January
Yeah, I can
and
expand on
May
that.
each year.
No, we have to keep it
I will
short.
keep it short. I will stick to my
Yeah.
answer because yep, I'm gonna stick to it.
Yeah.
Adjust my lighting.
Samson, what would your headline say?
Uh, Groundhog's Day for the modern day.
Hmm. Did you watch Groundhog's Day the other day?
No, I wish. Great
It
movie.
is a great movie. I was wondering if that's where
Yeah.
your inspiration came from.
So
No,
it's
I
like
think
Groundhog's Day, but today.
yeah, like modern day Groundhog's Day.
Sure.
Well, when it came out, I think the
Mhm.
book's about 5 years old, so it's not like 2021.
Okay. It's not like flying cars or anything.
No.
No, no, no futuristic things in this one.
Okay. I'm going to give a point to Perrin because I really enjoyed that
Thank
headline.
you so much. Ben TG says Groundhog Day, singular groundhog, y'all. Thank you, Ben. It goes to show that Samson has not read this book. That was me resting the
It goes to
case.
say I haven't read the title of the movie in a while.
Dylan, go ahead.
Yep. So points right now, Perrin has 2, Samson has 0. Next question, we'll start with Samson. What character do you like the most?
I mean, there's only one character that you're really supposed to enjoy throughout it all, and it's Jane. She's the main character. She's the one who's reliving the day over and over again. So she's great.
Did you also by
Yeah.
any chance watch, uh, is it
Tarzan?
The Russian Doll or Russian Doll on Netflix?
Russian Doll. Not recently, but I have seen it. Yeah.
Okay. Just
Hmm.
asking for a
Um,
friend.
Perrin, who is your favorite character?
My favorite character is Amy, and she's the protagonist. And she just like she's quirky. She is not your like typical like damsel in distress type of heroine. So it's like it's really empowering following her journey.
Okay, nice. I'm gonna give a point to both of you,
Thank you.
because yeah, I'm just feeling extra nice today, I guess.
I'll take it.
Um,
That's how my best friend is. Extra nice.
your nose is a little brown, Samson.
Oh, I think it's the color of the thing.
Hmm.
Um, okay, next question. um, Perrin, what's on the cover of the book?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question, and I'm one that I'm kind of embarrassed to admit because I borrowed this book on the internet as a PDF, so it doesn't have a cover in my Kindle. Oh,
I
Borrowed it.
I
I
hope Audible one
I
day
do a lot
sponsors
of
us and that I didn't just ruin our chances of monetizing. So I don't have a cover. And I'm very visual, but I heard really good things about this cover, and my friend actually sent me to the link to download the PDF. So it does not have a cover.
Hmm.
Sorry.
all Kindle
Fishy.
books I've read actually have a cover
No, if you download
involved in
like
with the
I'm
yeah.
not going to say the
So
actual word, but like if you download those type of PDFs, they do not. Or it's not a PDF, it's like EPUB. Yeah,
EPUBs,
for
yeah.
Kindle. So they don't have a cover.
Hmm.
Huh.
Sorry.
That's just a little suspicious,
No,
but
Little
it's
that's
being
okay.
sus.
honest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. What about you, Samson? Does your book have a cover?
Yeah, it actually comes without a cover. No. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's a
Is it the
picture of like a girl
Bible?
going through a that has a cover too. They
It
all
just
Yeah,
says the
it's not just a
Jesus
Bible.
is
bunch of
on the
hymns.
front.
Well, mine also said.
Uh, it's a picture of a girl opening a door into a room, and on the other side of the room is a door, and it's her opening a door to go into another room. So it's kind of like going through, kind of like that visual thing you get in a camera, where it's like a camera on a camera on a screen, but it's her opening that
Did you by
It's
any
very
chance watch Inception?
years ago, and that has nothing to. Have you seen Inception?
I
I'm
have.
kind of curious.
I actually don't remember. Ben Teachy says, Perrin, you weren't curious about the cover? You didn't want to Google it or anything? No, because I wanted to just like read the story. I don't usually like Google book covers. Sorry, Ben. Thank you for
Mm.
watching.
It also probably wouldn't have come up with anything if she's making it up, so
Wait,
that would be
but
another
it's the
thing.
like
So
wait, but if it doesn't come up, that means that this title is fake, and you haven't read it either. But I have read
mm,
it, and so if you Google it, it will come up.
okay, we'll see.
what would be on the title if you had to make a book
Like a book cover?
cover, Perrin?
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. Hmm. I don't know. I think like it's something sciencey because it's like about like I don't know. I don't want it to make. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm also reading comments. So Ben says I'm very visual. Whitney says Googling book covers is a really popular hobby, so it's suspicious that Perrin hasn't yet. Literally, I have never Googled a single book cover in my life, but I will. I have to maybe take that on so I win. Um, I think I would like, I don't want to make it cheesy, like have equations on there, but it is a story about a scientist. So I don't know, maybe like a beaker or something. Sure.
That's your go-to science image.
Oh no! My major was like biochem, and the only thing that I can think of is a beaker. Sue me.
I
Wait,
I am
what's
picturing Beaker from Sesame Street now. That's the Beaker I'm picturing on
No,
the
you
cover.
fool. It's like chemistry beakers. Oh my god. Maybe like a beaker with
wait,
like
what?
smoke coming out of it and like a really cool colored liquid in there. Something about time. I don't know.
What's your go-to science thing, Samson?
I'd probably do some type of equation or something if I was going to do something science-based. I'd have to look up an equation, but that to me says more than just Beaker.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love that.
Okay,
Okay. You know what? I'm
let's
just
just
gonna
go
take
to
the
the
high
next
road.
question. Um, okay, next
Wait, who got the
question.
point?
Wow,
You're
someone's a little
right.
thirsty.
Thank you. Oh, a Bunsen burner
I'm
is
gonna
with
give a
me.
point to. I'm giving a point to Samson because he actually knew what was on the title and cover. So it is now tied to 2-2.
I thought I was at 3. I'm 3 and he's
No.
2. Okay, viewers, help us out.
I gotta give her credit. It is 3-2.
Thank you.
Damn
Yeah.
it. Okay. Well, I suck at keeping
No,
score,
no, no,
so
no. Be gentle with
And since it's
yourself.
3, viewers wouldn't be help. Whitney, it's past 2, so she wouldn't be able
Ben
to get
TG is
there.
very savage.
then it's all on.
I'm sorry, I have to point out
Oh,
from one of our viewers, he says, Perrin lost a point for not using Google. Sad. Ben TG, when you read books, do you Google covers?
no, he normally looks at the cover, probably.
Probably. Does it have pictures? Yes, good.
Okay, we'll go on to the next question, and we'll start with Perrin.
Okay, hit me.
What can you tell me about the antagonist of the story?
Ooh, okay. So there's honestly like it's kind of like it's not a romantic comedy, but it's a romantic story. And so the antagonist is just like not, I guess, time because so the protagonist's husband is dying and she's racing to find a way to save him and save his life. And through a lot of experimental science. And so there's not like a villain or someone who they're actively like pitted against, but it's really like time and the uncertainty that comes with that.
Mm. I could definitely see how Beaker would help embolize that
You could,
story.
oh my god, just like grab that picture, go in a different room. Like you're the
Okay.
worst.
Samson, and who or what is the antagonist of your story?
The main antagonist would be the boyfriend slash fiance slash ex-boyfriend, depending at what point you are at in the story. Um, and I mean, I guess just much like in Groundhog's Day or Russian Doll, or the Russian Doll, as Perrin says, kind of this idea of like not knowing why this is happening. But if you had to like place like a physical person or something, it would be the ex. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Interesting. Samson is like being very brief this round, and I have to give that to him. Like, I would give a point from myself to him because he's learned from his mistakes. He usually, when he's lying, he talks a lot, and this round he's not. He's keeping it together. Interesting.
Dillon asked for me to keep it short, so
Oh,
I
interesting.
listened to Dillon.
Interesting. Interesting.
Just wait to the long question section.
Interesting.
we have to be careful with Samson because he was a psychology major, so he could be using like reverse psychology on us, and we wouldn't
I
know.
think
I
So,
think that would just be called psychology.
like the episodes past when I've like, anytime I've actually read the book and he's talking about it, at some point I'm like, have I read this book? What is I
Did I
don't
think of
know
the wrong
anything
title?
anymore. Ben TG says the antagonist of Perrin's current story is the cover of the book.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, it is about time. It's literally about time. Whitney Wood says, it's because I made a comment about that before you went live.
Yeah, she's talking about that I talk
You
too much.
do. You talk
So,
too much always, but
so,
especially when you're lying.
and I tried to tell her that it's the editor. This is why I think live is really going to help. Is that you guys are going to see that I don't really talk as much as you think. It's that Perrin likes to really build up in the editing process a sense of me
We're gonna
being
go to an intermission. Be
unfairly
right back,
represented.
everybody.
Oh,
While we settle
jeez.
this behind the scenes. Okay, go ahead.
Uh, I'll give a point to Perrin.
Thank you.
I'm not really digging this like revisit to Groundhog Day, Samson.
Well, we'll have to wait till we get to more of the plot, and you'll see what it's about.
Oh yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Are you like prepping your little like sticky notes on the table?
No,
Mm-hmm.
table's clear. Actually, the only thing I have on the table right now is this. I haven't updated it. It just says 3-2. Now I gotta update
Oh,
it to say 4-2.
Okay.
yeah, because you're losing.
You are.
Yeah.
Actually, the points don't really mean anything. So he could Dylan. This could be Dylan playing psychology with us. So like Samson,
Hmm.
like sometimes that happens where I win with the points, and then Samson wins the
Hmm.
thing. I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's why I'm not very good at keeping track of it because I don't have to pay attention to it.
Mm. Okay, carry on.
But yeah, last question of the essay questions. Samson, category or genre do you think this book fits into?
I mean, it's sort of science fiction, right? The whole kind of reliving a day type of thing, but there's not like any aspect of like sci-fi in it. What is that face for? Creeping me out. But yeah, just fiction, science fiction, and I don't know. It's not really a well-known. Groundhog Day has like 5 books that are in that genre. I don't think it's its own genre time loop.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. I want. Did. Yep. So he was actually listening to what I was saying because I said sciencey, science fiction, experimental science. Wow.
No, I just have this picture of a beaker in my mind, and it's popping into science fiction.
Go back to that insult because that's gonna make your like shortcoming on your lies like smoother because it's not.
What's your answer there, Karen?
It is science fiction and it's a romantic story, but it's not like sciency. It's like science fiction, sciency. It's me. Yeah.
Was that the beaker sound?
Yeah.
Meh, meh,
Yep.
meh.
Literally, because if you're also washing a beaker, that's the sound it makes. Hmm.
Yeah. All my beakers
We're
make that
losing our
sound.
viewers.
I,
Samson,
I'm
your lies.
I'm I'm talking about Beaker from Sesame Street. He makes those meep meep noises.
Oh,
Oh,
You guys are
I never
totally
really
over your
watched
heads.
Sesame Street,
I
so
grew up in Iran. We did not
That's
have.
why you grew up not reading.
probably.
Dillon didn't learn to read through Sesame Street, so he
Yeah,
never decided to pick up books.
yeah.
Ben
I
TG
learned
says.
to read on the streets.
Ben TG says Sesame Street in all caps, and then he says Beaker is not on Sesame Street. Thank you, Ben.
Oh, what is? It's the adjacent thing,
What
right?
is it on? He'll tell us.
Um, Muppets, not Sesame Street. Muppets.
Whitney
I was
says,
Oh,
saying the
I
right
know,
thing.
what the
He's bad
hell?
at me. Sorry, I was.
He is a
He's a
Muppet.
Muppet.
He's a
Yeah.
Muppet. Just like Samson. Yep, he's a Muppet also.
so Samson loses a point for not knowing the character
Uh,
of Sesame Street.
I also don't know. I mean, you can also take a point from me. I was born in a different country. We did not have Muppets or Snippets. No,
Okay, I don't.
Sesame Streets.
snippets.
The new Sesame Street.
The new Sesame Streets. Yep, the abridged version or non-abridged, whichever one means short.
Hmm.
You just move on.
Okay, so no points were given. Only a point was lost in that round. Next segment is the rapid fire questions. I'm going to ask about 6 questions, and you two are to give me a rapid answer,
Okay.
a yes or no. Sometimes it's not a yes or no answer, but just give me a quick answer. You
Okay.
two ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any animals in this?
No.
No,
Would you date the main character?
no,
Yeah.
because I found the love of my life already.
Would you date me?
Yes.
Yes,
Why is the hesitation?
with
Like,
because our one viewer is my fiance, and
Noted.
and
that's that
Ben
is that is a
TG,
trick. I'm trapped.
Ben and Whitney. Thank you for viewing.
Maybe Ben is my fiance. I mean, I just had engagement photo
Come out,
shots
Ben.
down in New Prague, so
Okay, if Betty White was cast in the movie version, who would she play in this book?
Oh my gosh, she would totally play Amy's mom.
how old is Amy?
She's like in her
Rapid
40s.
fire. Rapid fire.
Answer the
She wouldn't.
question.
It's not a character for her. There's not a. There's no characters for her in this.
Okay, out of 5 stars, how would you rate this?
5.
Four,
If you had to kill one character, who would it be?
the X.
Hmm, I don't know. There's no one bad in this book. I'm not going to kill anyone. I'm sorry. You can take a point off for that. I'm not going to take anyone.
Both of you failed this rapid fire thing.
Also, while we're doing a rapid fire here, there's a rapid fire in the chats about Ben. You know, he says he's not Samson's fiance yet. And Whitney says, back off, Ben. So,
Wow. It's getting fiery in the chat.
it is probably more fiery than this episode will ever be. Cool.
So, yeah, you both are going to lose a point because you've both failed at rapid fire.
Okay. I'm going to
So,
stand by
I'm
it.
down to 0 points.
How many points am I at?
3.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So if he keeps deducting points, we can't go below 0, but it'll bring us closer to even. So I only
Wait, I
have
feel like we
upwards to
should
go.
be able to go below 0. You go below 0 in like Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. Why not here?
this
Mm,
is true.
it's true. We are on par with Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy,
If
so
Yeah.
not,
I accept your premise.
thank you so much. The only time
Okay,
we're
next
gonna
segment.
agree.
Next segment are essay questions. I'm going to ask 3 questions, and these answers can be a little longer. So, Samson, you don't really need to hold back on these ones.
I'm looking forward to it.
Everyone, buckle up. Just kidding.
Take your bathroom break during parents' turn because you're gonna need it on to be there for the 5 to 20 minutes of mine.
Okay.
Ah.
We're going to start with the elevator pitch. Perrin, you're going to
Ooh.
start. You're going to give me a 1-minute speech to summarize this book.
Okay. Okay. Does
Not
anyone
really
have a
timed,
timer? Oh,
so
it's not
just,
timed. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I want you to think about sci-fi. I want you to think about science. I want you to think about a romantic story. Tie all of that together. This is a story about a woman, and it's a romantic story, which usually involves like teenagers and adolescents, but it's about a woman in her mid 40s, and her husband are scientists. He does get diagnosed with cancer, and he is dying. In this world, this woman does a lot of experimental, like taps into really, really like, oh, this has never been tried before type of science, and induces her husband in a coma, promising him that she's going to do whatever she can to cure him, and by curing him, cure cancer. So it's definitely it's hopeful. It doesn't get grim or too blue. It makes fun of really like sad situations. Not make fun of, but like it makes light of really sad situations. People, Samson, just shush. Um, and see, I lost my track. I lost my track of thought. It's just really hopeful, super hopeful. I'm sorry. What's longer, the book or this elevator pitch? He said 1 minute. I have 60 seconds, Ben. My God. So that's my pitch. It would have been
I
shorter.
feel like if we had put our audience in an induced coma, they would have fared better for that pitch then.
Oh my God. Oh, I am dying
Uh,
to hear what your pitch is because it's gonna be like a
Yes.
mix of Inception and Groundhog Day.
I'm not sure you've seen either of
I
those movies.
totally have, I think.
So, is the same question for me, I presume, Dylan?
Yes.
Yeah. So, in
Buying
this
time to
movie,
think.
it's Groundhog Day. Sorry, I guess I've always said that. Uh, but it's the opposite in the fact of instead of it being like a normal day that he just has to try to find to get right, this first day everything goes according to plan. She's at a party for work, and she ends up getting a promotion there. She ends up getting engaged. Everything's great. She falls asleep and wakes up the next morning, and it's the same day and has to live through it. And each time she lives through it, she starts to realize that things were not as great. This future or the tomorrow that she was hoping for is not really the thing that she thought she wanted. And so it's reverse of Groundhog Day in the aspect of it's more about trying to find the things that are seemingly perfect that are not through each one of those. You don't
I
have a watch, and
don't.
that was actually shorter than
I don't. Well,
yours.
it was shorter because I didn't interrupt you. Oh, Whitney says, "Oh
I
no, she has to relive the best day forever, ever, forever, best
Yeah,
day
it
ever,
sounds
forever."
horrible.
she's recent through a an engagement, so I think we lost. Did we lose Dylan?
No,
Did
you lost
you
his
hear?
interest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's no
I
longer in
left
my Skype.
Oh,
I
oh,
left the elevator.
he
Oh,
left the elevator. He left you.
ouch.
Am I still on YouTube?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are. You're
we're
on the
Okay.
good.
stream.
Okay,
We have
cool.
like zero lag, which is great. Just with
Wow.
chat stuff, we have a little bit of lag. But
Nice.
um,
Um, those those were pretty solid pitches, I'm not gonna lie.
Samson's pitch
Um,
was as solid as the stool in our bathroom.
Perrin, you just pitched induced coma as a way to prevent someone dying from cancer. That doesn't freeze them. It doesn't make the cancer go
I
away. It
said
just
it's
makes
an
them not
experimental
conscious while they're still
science thing.
dying.
Like it's not like ooh, like specifically scientific according to what happens in an actual hospital. It's a book and it's not like a real like whatever. It's not like in like a biology book.
Did the beaker come in?
No, no,
I
no. I
is
want to
that what
know.
they do?
You know what I want to know? Sick stool in the bathroom bar. Thank you so much, Ben TG. I've been like sitting on that forever. Samson, back to yours. I feel like yours is like a mishmash of Time Traveler's Wife meets Groundhog Day meets Russian Doll meets that horror movie when like I don't know. There was an ad on YouTube about this girl who's like reliving her birthday, but on the day of her
Oh,
birthday
Happy
she
Death Day.
dies. Yeah, Happy Death
Happy
Day. I'm
Death Day.
glad
Yeah.
that you know it because it's like you're
Yeah.
probably like using all of these as a mishmash inspiration.
I mean, the fact that there's so many of these shows, this is something that a lot of stories have. Yours seems to be, I mean, you took the first 30 seconds talking about how it's sciency and romantic
It's
and
an
charming and
elevator pitch.
good,
I'm trying to
which,
gauge to all of the interests of the person in the elevator with me.
yeah,
sure.
you
Some
want me
of
to
that might be
stay in
like
the
jazz
elevator.
handy, but I'm doing what I can to pitch the story because it's a really good book. And I will buy it. I will buy it so I can actually look at this
Just
freaking
don't buy it
cover.
from like a bookstore where the cover's missing or something of the sort.
No, I will. I vow to buy it after this episode so I can actually like present it in the. Oh, shoot! I'll have to like do a Google image search for the cover when I win
Mhm.
because I was like, what am I
Yeah,
gonna
it's gonna be
showcase?
weird. If you win, you're gonna be like, "Hi, everyone, buy this book that I haven't bought yet."
Well, okay, but you know what? If I win, I will buy it on camera live. That's how
Okay.
serious I am.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll buy. I mean, I
if
won't
you
let you
win,
see my credit
I'm not
card,
too
but
worried
I
about
will show you the screen after I have completed my purchase.
that. Okay.
All right. I'll give you both a point,
Thank
Back
you.
on the
even though
scoreboard.
I would probably have maybe left the elevator before both of you had ended, but that's okay.
I would have pushed the button for
Where
every
would you
floor
go?
to just give us a little extra time.
I would just get off a random floor and
Be
take the
like, oh, yeah, this
stairs.
is me.
Just like go up the window at the top of the elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the fire exit.
Yep. Climb your way down the elevator shaft.
Okay, next question.
As long as we make ourselves
Perrin,
laugh. What?
explain the title and how it relates to your
For sure.
story.
So if tomorrow never comes, obviously we established that this is a story about someone. Um, what am I? I get nervous. English is my second language, so sometimes I struggle with sentences. Racing against time to save someone's life. So that is literally like it is a very literal. Uh, uh, Literal. What you call it?
Metaphor?
Metaphor interpretation of the actual situation. So it's like if tomorrow never comes, like if she doesn't find a cure, if her Muppet, Ben says Muppet. If it seems that I'm
Except
really
that's
like
that's not the
spazzy,
title of the book, though,
if
Perrin.
to
It's If Tomorrow Came
I'm
Today.
sorry, if tomorrow came today, I'm spazzy because I'm also looking at the chat and trying to read everything as we're explaining.
I get that.
But if
Yeah. I
tomorrow,
just the way you were describing sounded a lot more like the title that you said, so I was just a little confused
no,
there.
that's literally what the book is about. So racing against time.
Hmm.
Okay. Time.
Yeah. Muppet.
Muppet.
My God.
Um, Samson, explain the title and how it relates to your story.
This is all about Jane. If tomorrow came today, it's the future she's always wanted for. So if it actually came today, would you be happy? And she gets it all and thinks it is. But the more she learns, the more she experiences throughout the day and relives the day and finds out all these different things that it's not the job she wants, it's not the person she wants to be with, all these different things that she thought were making her happy, it's not. So it's about trying to find kind of happiness in the moment rather than setting goals for things you want down the road.
A better title for what you're just saying, Whitney says, is The Day After Tomorrow. Is her comment?
For why is that for what I'm
I don't know. I
saying?
just thought it was
That's
very
that's
applicable to whatever BS
oh,
story that you have going on.
that's a movie I've seen as well, and that
Isn't
was
it a
where the
James
world
Bond
ends.
movie?
No, no,
No,
it's
it's
the
about
world
like,
ends. It's a
yeah,
post-apocalyptic like ice age
Oh,
comes.
Elijah Wood's in it, and
Yep.
Morgan Freeman
No.
is president.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
No, I think that's Deep Impact.
Tomorrow is never today.
That's how our audience feels right now. They're like, what if
They're like, when is
tomorrow
this
is
gonna end?
never?
yeah. Okay, I will give 3 points to Samson to tie it.
Look at
Wait, would
that.
you? I mean, I'm not questioning your thought process on this, but I'm very curious to know how you came about this balancing act.
I don't know. I just want it to be an even game, you know?
Right.
Points don't matter anyway.
They matter to me because I read the book.
Uh-huh. And I've already made my decision, so it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to ask the next question, and this is the last
Well, you said you
question.
made up your mind. Then why are we?
Yeah, I
He
just
wants to give you one more
I want to
chance to convince
solidify
him.
my
Oh
decision.
my God.
Last question. Samson, what do you think is the climax of the story?
It would be this last moment that she finds, like it's the last time before she goes back, and she ends up finding that her fiance was cheating on her at the party. She goes into a different room because she's trying to look for her fiance, and she sees him with one of her coworkers, and it kind of sends her into a spiral, which leads her to a different path, which eventually allows her to get out of this kind of time loop of that she's been stuck in.
Sorry, I zoned out there.
That's okay. You need time to think about whatever you're about to make
No,
up.
I'm
I get
just
it.
really trying to think where you came up with this mishmash.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's not as scientific as like a coma that stops cancer, but I get it. I understand.
I'm sorry that we have to dumb down everything for you. Maybe that's why you are making something up because you haven't read the
Mm.
book. You probably saw the beaker. I don't know if like there is a beaker on there. You probably saw that and you're like, ah, too much for my brain. Too much for my little brain.
mhm. um, Perrin, last question for you. What do you think is the climax of the
I
story?
think the climax of the story is that her husband dies. Oh, hi, kitty. That's it. That's the climax of the story because the experiment.
Didn't you describe this as hopeful?
Yes, it is hopeful because she
She
does
did.
find the cure for
Charming,
cancer.
romantic, hopeful.
No,
He
it is.
dies.
No, it's the climax of the story. It's not the ending of the story. The climax is her husband dies. He flatlines. I don't understand why I have to like. Yeah. Do you understand what the climax of the story means versus like
Hmm.
the ending? It's like this type of structure. There's like a peak and then everything calms down. And happy endings usually
You know what
fall in
that's
the latter
called?
end.
That's called the resolution.
Yes, it is. I was trying to dumb it down for you because you apparently thought the climax meant the ending of the story, which very much is not the case.
Mhm.
He went to
Okay.
theater
I'm
school,
So
gonna
should
guys.
give
we?
We all went to theater. I don't know how this all not did not resonate with him.
I'm gonna give a point to Perrin because I do believe there are hopeful endings.
Thank you.
Okay. I believe in hopeful endings
Yeah.
too. Just normally not where the
If you
main
say
people you're
coma
rooting
one
for
more
die.
time,
But
we're gonna have a conversation. Well, and like my favorite thing about it is that it's like there are sad things that happen in the book, but it's like it's hopeful and like it makes light of the situation. Not in that like, oh, death isn't serious or like death is nothing to be, nothing to like mourn, but it also like has a lot of funny moments. I mean, have you seen Steel Magnolias? There's like a scene where everybody breaks into laughter in the middle of a funeral or like
Mhm.
post funeral, So like those moments are awesome and they are real.
They
I,
are.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Although I actually have not seen Steel Magnolias, so
What?
yeah,
Wow,
the
Samson. Even
play
I've
nor the
seen it.
movie.
Okay, who?
Yeah, 'cause didn't they do it at Normandale while you
Yes,
went
I
there?
directed Steel
Yes, the
Magnolias.
stage manager.
Yeah, yeah.
You
You so
fool.
that's why you've seen it. Had you seen it before you stage managed it, Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
So
had.
you said that you've got the answer. You can't see what people are posting. Should we have our audience also guess who they think
Yeah.
is lying?
Sure.
Okay.
Just sound
Everyone
off in the
vote who you think is
comments.
lying in the
It's funny because
comments.
I'll be able to see it and Samson's going to be able to see it, but you can't see it.
Yeah. So we'll see them all know that Perrin's a liar.
No, it's you. Oh, you are the liar.
Uh,
I'm gonna age before this audience's eyes. The four people who are watching, I'm gonna age
it's,
before your
it's gonna be a
eyes.
time lapse of you
Just like
aging.
gray hair, brittle bones.
Time is the antagonist,
If
remember.
tomorrow came today, the living story of Perrin's.
Okay, Ben says. Oh wait, should we share with Dillon or
Yeah,
no?
no, we should not share
Okay,
it with
we're
Dylan.
not
No.
gonna share with Dillon.
Okay.
Ben TG,
Okay.
I will have words for you after the episode for all of your
Mhm.
comments.
Okay. I've made up my mind and I'm pretty confident on this answer. I think that this book is real and the person that who has read it is Perrin.
Dylan got one wrong.
What?
Yes!
No. No.
Yeah. No, it is a made up book, Dylan.
It's totally a made up book. So Ben TG says, Perrin is lying, no question in my mind. And Whitney pointed the finger at Samson. We were both lying, but I'm so glad that I won.
Yeah. Dylan, she'd never seen a cover of the book. She described the book as hopeful, charming, and romantic, as if that was like a descriptor of anything. And the first 30 seconds of her elevator pitch didn't actually mention anything about the
You're
plot. It
just
just
burning
threw out
to
buzzwords.
burn because you're
Oh,
burning to
see, Whitney
burn.
forgot that that was an option.
Whitney says she
Yeah.
feels betrayed. Ben
That's a
says he
tricky
also
option.
forgot that was an option. Yep. But here's
Well,
the thing, Samson, you just burn to burn. I feel like I don't know how Ben can tell that I'm lying. Maybe I don't know. But in my mind, the story
yeah.
was very real.
Ben, what Ben and Whitney, what gave it away for you guys?
Yeah.
Because you were both right. That's the
I
person you
will
knew who was
also
lying. You just didn't.
say,
It's true.
yeah, in my mind, I like cast this whole story the second that you announced it, and I was like, oh, Amanda and Ben can be can be the actors in this movie. And then Ben,
And you
after,
thought Betty White can be Amanda's mom.
yes, I want Betty White to be everybody's mom. And also, after
He is
all of Ben's trash talking on our comment section, that's when I decided that the husband flatlined. So
See, that's the thing. She thinks it's hopeful. And a coma to stop cancer?
it's a science fiction story. There are stories about
I
like
think
spaceships that like go at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Oh, and God forbid you put your husband in a fake coma. Like,
I think I was reading too much into Samson being he wasn't giving long answers. So I thought you were lying. And so that just canceled out and I like didn't even think about none of you telling the truth. So the default was to guess parent.
thank you.
Oh, thank you, Ben. I think you're right.
You are right,
What did he
Ben.
say?
To be fair, though, I've been very spazzy because I keep looking at the comment section, so that also added to my lack of concentration. Next time, I'm just gonna be
Said the
like,
rambling elevator pitch was the deal breaker, is what Ben said.
I know, I was looking at the comment section during my pitch.
Yeah. For me, it also would have been, if I was in your place, Dylan, the part that she gave the wrong title and then described a
I
book that made sense to the wrong title and then changed her description about it once she realized she had the wrong title.
I love that we're just roasting me. Can we just talk about Samson's
Yeah, I
mismatch
love
of
that
Groundhog
too.
Day?
I love that too.
Yeah. That was
I
also another giveaway that you were lying because it was a repeated story
like Perrin pointed
almost.
out, this thing's been repeated a bunch of times.
Yeah, and then you repeated it again, knowing that.
Yeah, one
My
more version
story
of
is original, and Amanda and Ben will be starring in it. I'm gonna
it.
pitch my idea for the next season of the script.
Yeah. Hopefully it's better than the elevator pitch you gave Dylan.
Oh my god, just like whatever.
Okay.
In
Oh,
case you
Well,
haven't watched them, please go check out Delico Arts' the script or just like their channel because they're awesome. Unlike
mhm.
what Ben's displaying here.
uh, gotta love me some Ben. He
Just
did say
kidding.
yet with the fiance thing, so
Well, he didn't
watch,
say anything
watch out.
nice about me, so in my story, he flatlined. He says parents' elevator pitches only work if you're going to the observation deck.
Uh, so that way you can jump off.
I'm going to take the high
Uh,
road.
mhm.
Yes.
Well,
Well, we would have we would have told you to go buy this book, but it's not real, so we can't really do that.
It's okay.
do
It's real
not
in our
Google
hearts.
this. You will not find this the book cover if you Google it. But I do ask that Perrin draw this beaker sciency thing. So
Yeah.
Watch me. I'm going to enter it as a script to Delico
hmm.
Arts. I'm going to do Ben says he loves me. I love you too, Ben.
Can you not make a title or a cover for this book when you submit it to Delico Arts?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be the stolen
Thank you.
story because I mean I didn't steal it. I borrowed it. In my mind, Okay, I have to
You downloaded the
say,
PDF.
I did. Can I say something about that? It's funny that that came to my mind because like my mind went blank when you asked for the cover. And earlier today, Samson and I were going through the book titles that we've like been discussing. And one of the comments I told him is I've downloaded a lot of things from the internet that I didn't purchase. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this for
Yeah.
sponsorships, but yes. So that's when it came to my mind because half of them don't. They actually don't have covers. Go figure. Go figure.
Google your covers,
Never,
everyone.
never.
You shouldn't judge a book by a cover, but you should look at the book
Oh
cover
my God.
at least.
Should Google that cover.
Where's the end
Yeah.
button for the stream? Okay.
Well, thank you guys all for joining us for our first ever
Yes.
live stream of Left Unread. We'll be having a few more coming up over the next month or so, so keep an eye out. And then if you can't make it that night, take a look at it the next day because it'll be available online.
Whitney says, untuck your loved ones and Google your covers. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
that is
We
yes.
love
Untuck your
you.
loved ones. That's our new speech.
Can't believe I
And
got one wrong.
yeah, your undefeated streak, Dylan.
Yep. Yep.
Mm. Bye, everyone.
Anyway, bye. Thanks for being here.
Bye.